What's going on, guys? FaZe Rug here, and real quick before I get into the video, I want to talk to you guys about FanDuel. FanDuel offers 1-week fantasy sports leagues for money, so if you're a sports fan, you definitely don't want to miss out on this. There's no season-long commitments, and it's immediate cash payouts, and the NFL season is actually right around the corner, so if you're a sports fan, like I mentioned, you definitely want to get in on this action. Be sure to use the link in the description to sign up, and you can also use code FaZe Rug for a $200 deposit match bonus. There are over 12,000 leagues you can enter, starting at only $1, and you can also create private leagues to compete with friends. I myself have been using FanDuel for the NBA season because if you know me, I'm an NBA fan, and it makes things way more exciting and fun. Once you join a league, you create a roster and you pick different players for your team. Each player is worth a certain amount of money depending if they're good or bad. You receive live scoring throughout the whole thing, and it makes things so much more fun. There's also an app for this, so even if you're not home, you could still compete in leagues. Thank you guys for your time, and don't forget to use the link in the description to sign up and use code FaZeRug for a $200 deposit match bonus. Maybe we'll match up against each other. Hopefully many of you guys are interested in that FanDuel thing because it's actually a ton of fun. Guys, I haven't played Black Ops 2 in so long. Like, I actually haven't played Black Ops 2 in a really long time. Guys, if you look at my recent videos, there's not even a Black Ops 2 cut comm, only because that I'm waiting for Black Ops 3. And in between that, I'm going to try to make a lot more vlogs, challenge videos, pranks, like stuff like that. I want to do videos like that up until Black Ops 3. Except for this one, I actually want to tell a crazy story, crazy funny, and like that was just a weird night overall. It was crazy. This story should have been told a while back, but I was on vacation and I forgot about it. Like when I came back, I never thought of it, and it just randomly came to me. I'm like, why didn't I make a video of this? Like, why did I not tell this story? So this happened in June, almost 3 months ago, and if you guys didn't know what E3 is, it's like an event for YouTubers, and I was there with Tommy and Banks, which is FaZe Temper and FaZe Banks. So Tommy and Banks went to LA like a week in advance, Santa Monica, and they asked me to come along. Like, they asked me, yo, do you want to hang out with us until E3? Just chill in the hotel room, like, just have fun, like, up until E3, and I'm like, yeah, why not? So it was the first night, and I gave my car to the valet parking, right? We go upstairs, we're all chilling, and we're like, hey, let's get some In-N-Out. Like, we should get some In-N-Out. And guys, LA, Santa Monica is driving distant from me, so which is why I brought my car, and that was like our transportation for like that week. So my car is with valet now, and I go downstairs, and there was this sketchy guy. And when I say sketchy, I mean sketchy. He was behind the valet window, and that's where you give them your ticket to get your car. And this guy was mad sketchy, guys. I was like I did not want to give my ticket to him. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, he didn't even look like he was working there. Like, it just looked like a random guy, and I just gave my keys because I'm like, okay, like, what's the worst that could happen? So I give him my card, being all sketched out. I didn't even tell Tommy and Banks. I didn't even say, like, yo, like, that guy was kind of freaky. Like, I just gave it to him hoping like that my car would show up. Guys, 10 to 15 minutes passed by and my car still isn't in the front of the hotel, and I'm like, dude, where's my car? Like, I started freaking out. I was like, wait, what? Like, what's going on here? And then these two other workers that for sure worked at the hotel, they come up to me like in a panic matter, kind of. They're like, hey, who did you give your keys to? Like, who'd you give your keys to? Like, they were kind of freaking out, and I'm like, what are you guys saying? Like, I'm like, dude, I straight up said this. The first thing that came out of my mouth, I just paused, and Tommy and Banks are in front of me. The two valet workers are next to me. I paused, think about it for like 3 seconds, and I was like, someone stole my car. I literally just said those 3 words. Guys, in that position right there, would you have think someone stole your car? Like, the way the workers came up to me, they're just like, oh my god, what color is your car? Like, where are your keys? Who'd you give your keys to? Like, what'd the guy look like? And I'm like, oh my god, dude, like, someone stole my car. And like, I was just freaking out. I was like, oh, it's a white Mercedes, like, please help me get my car back. And they're like, your car isn't stolen, your car isn't stolen. They made it seem like my car was stolen 100%. They're like, what color is your car? Who'd you give the keys to? Like, what happened? And I'm like, I started giving them all these details, and like, Tommy and Banks were literally sitting there dying of laughter. Like, they were literally dying of laughter. That whole scene to me was like a scary movie. I don't know how. Like, it just seemed like a movie. Like, so as Tommy and Banks are dying of laughter, the two employees are like, no one stole your keys. No one stole your car. They took me to the back of the valet thing, and I was still freaked out. I was like, dude, no. Like, the guy... Okay, listen, guys. The guy that I gave my card to get my keys and my car, like, he kept looking around. Like, when I was like trying to give him the card, he was just like this, like that, and I'm like, dude, no way. Like, I'm dumb enough to even give that card to that guy. But I didn't want to seem like he was not an employee, because what if he was an employee? He was just looking all sketchy. Like, he kept looking around, like, he's like, oh, white Mercedes, and like, he took my card, and I'm like, dude. So yeah, one of the main like managers of this whole valet thing like took me to the back, and he's like, which one is your keys? And there were like 100 keys just like on the wall, and I was like looking for it, and I didn't find my keys. And I'm like, at that point, I'm 100% convinced my car was stolen. And I was like, okay, let's call the police. Like, what are we doing? Like, what do we do? And they're just like calm. They're just like, yo, no one stole your car. So like 5 minutes go by, and I still don't have my cars or key. I couldn't find the keys. And I saw the guy who I gave my car to at the valet window, and at that point, I was kind of safe. I was like, oh my god, so my car isn't stolen. I go up to him, I'm like, dude, where's my car? Like, what happened? And he's like, it's here, it's coming. And I'm like, wait. And like, I just sat there for a minute. I'm like, wait, what just happened in this past 5 minutes? Like, what just happened? Not 5 minutes, like the past 20 minutes. This whole thing took like 20 minutes, and I was just freaking out. Tommy and Banks were just laughing their ass off for some reason. And like, I was like freaking out. They're just like, chill, your car isn't stolen. And I'm like, dude, yes it is. Like, the guy gave it to us so sketchy. Like, it's not there, it's not there. And then like 2 minutes later, my car comes out of the valet, and I look like the biggest idiot ever. And the worker's like, yo, why'd you think the car was stolen? And I was just like, I don't know. Just I'll just take my car and leave. Like, guys, you cannot tell me, if you weren't in my position, you were not convinced that my car was stolen. Like, let me just give you guys a little run through again. So I give my car to this really sketchy guy who keeps looking around in the valet window to get my car, right? He asks, what color is my car? Like, what is it? And I'm like, it's a white Mercedes. Give it to him. 10 to 15 minutes pass by. My car still isn't there. I don't even see the worker. And then these two random workers come up to me like in a panic manner, saying, yo, what color is your car? Who'd you give your car to? Like what kind of car is it? Like, they started asking me these questions, and like I started freaking out. I'm like, yo, my car is stolen. Let's call the police. I took out my cell phone. I was about to call the police, and they're like, no, your car is not stolen. And they took me to the back. I couldn't find my keys on the wall. Like, you can't tell me that I wasn't convinced that my car was stolen. Like, at that point, I'm like, dude, my brand new Mercedes is gone. It's gone. We're gonna have to go file a police report, like all that shit. But it turns out that my car was safe. I don't know why they took so long though. Like, that just made it worse. Like, no one was really there. It was like 10 p.m. Maybe like 2 other cars. They just took forever, and that's something that I will never forget. Like, I'm so happy that it happened with Tommy and Banks. Like, that's something memorable for a long time. Like, we're never gonna forget about that moment. That's why the title of this video is Somebody Stole My Car, because that quote will live with me throughout my whole life. Like, that quote, I will look back at that day and just die of laughter. Like, Tommy and Banks, every time we think about that, like, we just start laughing. It's the funniest thing ever. Anyways, that concludes that little story. Black Ops 2 cut comments. My first Black Ops 2 cut comment in a really long time, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Please drop a like if you did, and don't forget to sign up for FanDuel if you guys are interested, because it's a load of fun, and you guys might get matched up with me. So yeah, other than that, it's been Rug. And by the way, add me on Snapchat if you haven't. It's the FaZe Rug. It'll be on the screen. I do Snapchat a lot, and I really want to bump my Snapchat, so add it if you guys haven't already. And other than that, it's been Rug, and I'm out. Peace.